Hi guys, I'm really excited today because today I'm trying to master a dish called Yong Tau Foo. I got this recipe from Rontree Chan, a member of Singapore Home Cook Facebook group. Mr. Rontree Chan and his lovely wife has recently won over 50 participants at the Singapore Hong Kong North MasterChef cooking contest. I was a little nervous while making this dish because I do not want to disappoint Mr. Chan. I can say that this recipe is quite challenging for me because I cannot find all the ingredients from his recipe. In the end, I was forced to replace the missing ingredient with something I thought that might work. Let's finger cross and see and hope that everything goes fine. Firstly, for those of you who do not know what is Yong Tau Foo, Yong Tau Foo is a Hakka Chinese food consists of primarily tofu that has been filled with either ground meat or fish paste. This dish includes a variations of food like fish ball, crab sticks, melons, cuttlefish, lady's fingers, chili, aubergine, etc. The food are prepared in bite-sized pieces. They are briefly boiled in boiling broth and then served either with the broth as a soup or the broth in a separate bowl. Essentially, these bite-sized pieces are dipped into a red fermented bean curd sauce, and it's usually accompanied by rice, noodle, or by itself. This recipe consists of 7 steps. First, the broth. This broth needs to be done in advance, so I will start off with that first. Secondly, the meat fillings. There are 3 types of fillings I'm making. First, I will make a fish paste as a base, and this base will form 3 different types of fillings, fillings with chicken, shrimps, and minced meat. Thirdly, the vegetables. I'm using pepper, mushroom, tofu, lady's fingers today, so I will show you how to prepare them. Fourthly, adding the fillings. This is the fun part. If you get somebody to help you to do this, would be great fun. Fifth, the sauce. I'm making a deep sauce from scratch using fermented red bean, sugar, soya, and sesame oil. It's very easy, don't worry. Sixth, shallow fry the Yong Tau Foo. This part is optional. You can always boil the Yong Tau Foo in the broth. Lastly, poaching the Yong Tau Foo in the broth and serve. If you're ready, let's do it. These are the ingredients you need for the broth. This soya bean has been soaked overnight. In order to create a clear broth, I'm using a tea filter bag to store the dry anchovies, ginger, garlic, and white pepper. If you do not have this tea bag at home, you can boil the ingredient directly. Just remember to remove all the ingredients before serving. This broth will be cooked in low heat for 2 hours. I add the soaked soya bean half time and continue to let it simmer. Season the soup or broth with soya and sesame oil and white pepper just before serving. Here are the seasonings for the meat. As I was making this dish, I realized how fortunate Singaporeans are. If they are craving for a dish like this, they just need to go down to the hawker center and 10 minutes later the dish is right in front of them. Okay, now let's make the fish paste base. I'm using pangasius because it is firm and has a clean taste. I like the feel of meat pieces when I eat, so I don't usually mince them very finely. Adding corn flour and water will prevent the meat from sticking. This is the key to make the bouncy fish ball. And how do you do that? You slam the meats against the bowl for at least 50 times. When I was a kid, my elder sister had a secret admirer who sells fish paste at the wet market. My mom wanted to know his secret for the paste, so she asked my sister to date him. How evil, right? Unfortunately, my sister didn't end up with him. Otherwise, I can eat a lot of fish for free. I cut the shrimps with scissors instead of chopping it finely. And I add that to the fish paste. And this will be our fish paste base. Let's make the other three meat fillings. First, the chicken. I strongly recommend that you use the boneless chicken thigh instead of chicken breast because they are more tasty and more tender. They might be more expensive, but I think they are worth every penny. As you can see here, I did not cut the chicken very fine too. If you cut them too fine, they became a paste and that is not nice. This is what I love about home cook. You have absolute control of the texture, its nutrition value, and you decide how you want it. My only issue making this dish is the timing. It took me 2 to 3 hours to complete this dish from start to finish. Mr. Chan told me he was given 1 hour 15 minutes to compete, and this makes me wonder how he did that. Let's do the meat fillings. The word sifu in Cantonese means teacher. I do have a few sifu through the Facebook group I joined. It's fun to see what people like to eat. I heard you can tell a person's personality by looking at the food they eat. Do you agree? These are dried seaweed. You can get them at the Asian store. I'm making my own sushi sheets to roll the fish and tofu paste. Seaweeds are among the healthiest food on the planet. They contain a lot of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. I use water to soak it. Now I just need to strain it, deep dry, set it aside for later use. I think to me, food represents us. It's like our identification. We are all unique individuals, and everyone are attracted to food in many different ways. Let me give you an example for Mr. Chan Yong Tau Foo dish. The first few things that caught my mind when I saw this dish. This dish is a variation of color, texture, and creativities. What kind of person will cook, prepare, and eat this kind of dish? I thought to myself, this person might be working in a creative environment, and true enough, Mr. Chan is an interior designer. Bingo! Maybe this is a sick hobby for me, but I think it is quite interesting. You don't have to agree with what I said or with my analysis. To me, this is just my ADHD brain burping. When I asked Mr. Chan why did he chose this dish in the competition, he told me because his wife is a Hakka and he missed the traditional minced meat used in the authentic Yong Tau Foo. So he decided to give this recipe a lift with his own creativities. I think most of you would have agreed. The ideas of using stuffed ladyfinger helps to draw a lot of attention to this dish. And this somehow created an exclusive look that looked like some high-end dining experience. I love this idea very much. Unfortunately, I cannot find dried tofu puff. Instead, I use seaweed to roll around the fish paste, hoping to create the same exclusive effects. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way I expected. But actually, at the end, I realized it tastes quite good, in fact. Whenever I get questions from viewers asking me how to use my recipe, or they let me know how's the outcome of their baking and cooking, I get so excited. I feel the connection between us, and it is like somebody understands how I was thinking. He or she enjoy what I'm doing and showing appreciations for all my hard work. By the way, did you know that I'm reaching 500 subscribers? Let me tell you people, This is the first time in my life so many people supported me. I don't even know you guys. You have no ideas how much this means to me. I love you all. There are many good Facebook groups out there that has nice caring souls who give nice comments to motivate others. I really appreciate those of you who show interest in my tutorial and sharing my video at YouTube or Facebook. This is very kind and sweet of you to do that. Sometimes I might not be able to respond to your question or message immediately, but I will as soon as possible eventually. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, let's do some dipping sauce now. This dipping sauce is very important to this dish. And since I cannot find the ready sauce here, I thought I made them myself. I found out that the Yong Tau Foo sauce in Singapore is made from red fermented soya bean sauce. All you need is the red fermented sauce and sugar, soya, sesame oil, and potato starch. You see, nothing is impossible. If there is a will, there is a way. Alright, noodles is optional if you want to lose weight. Otherwise, you can use practically any kinds of noodles. And how do you eat this dish? If you choose not to fry the Yong Tau Foo, you can poach them in the broth for a few minutes until they are cooked. And since I have fried them until they are cooked through, I prefer to just add them to the broth and eat them with the sauce separately. Oh my god, I feel like I'm in a hawker center in Singapore. This is, so far, the best Yong Tau Foo I have eaten. I had made this Yong Tau Foo a few weeks ago with just fish paste. It was definitely not as tasty as this. I enjoy the texture of the briefly chopped chicken thigh and the shrimps, the meat, and the fish paste. Now I know how this dish earned its position. Congratulations, Mr. Chan, and thank you for sharing this recipe with us. I hope I did not disappoint you, and I look forward to seeing more of your recipe at Singapore Home Cook. On my next tutorial, I will show you how to make these delicious wonton noodles. This is an all-time favorite and one of the most popular Cantonese dish. If you love Cantonese cuisine, do not miss this tutorial. Thank you for watching and sharing our video. I'll see you again on Sunday. Take care. Bye.